Rwanda's target is to become a knowledge-based economy, and this has implication or has meaning to Rwanda Polytechnic that is engaged in preparing the Rwandans for the needed skills in the country. And to be able to achieve that Rwandan target of becoming a knowledge-driven economy, there are different sectors or subsectors that have been prioritized. My name, I'm called Richard NASASIRA, and I'm the principal of IPRC KITABI'S, which is part of the Rwanda Polytechnic. So us as Rwanda Polytechnic is to make sure that we support the national programs by preparing the needed capacity in terms of skills and knowledge for the citizenry to be able to deliver in all those subsectors. And all our programs are aligned to the national development agenda, the Rwanda NST1 and even Vision 2030. So that's why we chose our programs to be within the ICT subsector, to be within tourism and hospitality subsector. And then number two is to strengthen our partnership with stakeholders, especially the private sector, and partners, development partners, especially to also support government initiatives to expand TVET access to more students, because one of the issues is that the schools have been very few and therefore access has been limited to where schools are located. So working with development partners and other stakeholders will attract more students to TVET. Among so many sectors that we're involved in is at Rwanda Polytechnic in terms of the trainings that we give is the tourism and hospitality programs that are delivered at different colleges under Rwanda Polytechnic. And yes, indeed, after the impact of the COVID-19, the most hurt and affected sector was the tourism subsector, which is actually also at the moment has been one of the most contributing sector to the development of Rwanda. If you look at the statistics and the figures, tourism and hospitality subsector contributes almost 10% to the GDP of the country, and it is the highest, I think, employing sector in Rwanda. So that tells you how it has affected many families and the country at large. The tourism and hospitality subsector, I would call it a people's business. It responds to the business or the services needed by people. And therefore, being a people's business, it will always grow as there is growth in number of people or in number of needs people want. Therefore, the tourism, the vocational and technical education within the tourism subsector gives opportunity and prepares both the youth or young men and women for their future, because it gives them the skills and knowledge in a career of their passion. So one good thing about technical and vocational education is that you have to have passion and do something that you want. And when you do something you want, you basically give it your own effort, your own capacity, and at the end of the day, the benefit is that you get more returns in it because you have invested a lot of it in it. So if, for example, you choose to be a chef or a guide or a bar attendant, or there are different careers one can do within the tourism subsector, or a business person, a manager of a tour company. You definitely give it your passion and do it well and get returns in terms of profits or services, because it is a payable services that you get. So, and if you definitely do something you're passionate about and you get returns about it, you'll continuously grow within your career path. Skills development benefits our nation in different ways, but I want to borrow the words of one of the writers who said that institutions are as good as their employees. So, and this means that for your organization, for your sector, for your institution to be a better institution, you have to have skilled and better employees. So skills development, which is our own product that we give as a Ronda Protechnic, is to be able to develop competent, skilled employees or citizens that will work for institutions that transform a country. Therefore, if I look, for example, in Rwanda, the greatest contributor to the GDP is the tourism subsector. And this means that the 10% contribution tourism and hospitality is giving to the national GDP is a reflection of the skill sets and knowledge that have been acquired by people who work within the tourism and subsector. And we are proud to say as Ronda Protechnic that a very good number of our graduates work and within the tourism and hospitality, and therefore contributing towards the national development agenda.